Huh? Why isn't my camera showing? Hello? Okay. Lovely start. Well, I'll get my camera together. No. Thank you for the shout out. Hi Day. Hi Shy. Hi Voltron. Um I did ask, don't know what happened to my shit. That's not good. Is it you? No. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Properties. Okay. Jesus. Okay. I am not prepared physically because your girl was going through some gender dysphoria this morning. So here we are. So just chatting. So we're gonna do. I did a thing. I look fucking crazy. I look like all forehead. And this is what I get for trying to be like them fucking all girls from Brooklyn. But here we are. Here we are. But we're gonna do a quick ready with me while I go over thank you, Shy. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I do need to get some makeup on. If I do put this makeup on, I do need to use the fan to be a bit stronger. Okay, hopefully. Okay, it doesn't look like the fan's coming through the mic. I'm praying for a peaceful afternoon. Me too, baby. I am going to let dry. I don't have all my stuff. I don't have my primer. I will put. Let me just pop on. I don't. This is not primer, and this is not going to grip. But I do need some type of skincare, so I'm just gonna put on some moisturizer real quick. How's everyone's Saturday going? Okay. I'm about to get an integrated chat because checking multiple. I have like 3 chat windows open right now, and this is cute, but not that cute. But yeah, new things. I did the eyebrow things because I was like, you know what? Gender panic. Let's go. So there's that. And also like twisted my hair very not great like I should have, but you know what? It's there. New headphones. I'm not tied down by the wire. Not a stream thing because y'all probably will never see me game on here, but your girl did get a fight stick. She did get a fight stick and she has been playing. I need to get back on Tekken. I finished the Tekken story. Story is a strong word. Story is a strong word. And if any basement judges want to argue with me, bitch, bark at the wall. Bark at the wall, because I'm not doing that. Story is a strong word. I'm on this journey trying not to focus on the sparks flying from the wheel. Oh. See, you be saying like really poetic stuff like that, but then you hit me with the shit about the glizzy and it be taking me out, Voltron. I call them campaigns because story where. Please. Okay, I am supposed to be putting on a lot of different products right now, but we're just gonna do we're gonna be a woman and just put on a dab of foundation. Actually, I'm not gonna trust that camera and just do it based on what's in front of me. I'm gonna move this back some so I can't hear the music. Y'all regressions have me roll. You talking about? Speak. I'm gonna have to cut this out. You talking about what's the approach? And you talking about laying on your back with your head tilted. I was like, sweetheart, where are we going with this? Because that's not at all where I thought we were going with this. At all. I was like, huh? I thought we were talking about eating food. I don't think that's how you do that. You know, what else to get into before while I'm doing this? RIP to all my Brat and Brat Tamers. Cause Brat by Charlie XCX is starting to wind down a bit. So your mainstream exposure is coming to an end. What have you been reading lately? What's your favorite way to eat a glizzy, from the front or back? Wow, I need to put quotes in here for you all. I need to get quotes in here for you all because that's nutty. If you're hearing me responding to people, I do have 3 stream chats. And I'm just gonna say that because I don't need none of these girls trying to breathe down my neck about all this. I'd never had to put this much makeup on my forehead because it's useless. But I think I'm gonna have to put. You're gonna have to highlight your non-existent eyebrows because this looks just too flat. All you see is brow bone, or you see like remnants of pigmentation from the hair. This is not a good application. This is the wrong brush too, but we're gonna make it work. I tell you that. And just whatever little remnants I have, I just put down here so I'm not so red. That's done. I will give you a quick little update on the docket. We do have our opening, which would be my anime. No, my opening is Love and Lust, which is talking about just like either my personal stuff or things I've seen. Mostly things I've seen, because I don't want y'all all up in my life. Y'all don't pay me. Y'all get that in a memoir. So we talk about love and lust, like dating and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna put schmut in there. That's what I need to put in there, but I digress. The anime. Let me tell y'all about some of these animes coming out. Some of you anime menfolk is gonna hate me, and I'm okay with that. Some of you need taste, and I said what I said. Some of you need depth, and I said what I said. I need to do a lippy. Is this chestnut? I don't want to do chestnut. Do I? I wanted to do vino. Hold on, let me see if I can get my vino real quick. Think that's my powder brush. Yes. Oh, literally, it's a physical thing. What else? I don't think we should start with Love and Lust. Um, where is, you can go here. I need you. I'm not gonna open this up. Actually, we could do that. So you need to come down hither. You can be here. No, I'm all over the place. Up. There it is. Love and Lust is gonna be real short. I am not enjoying straight men encroaching on queer spaces for sex and love, because my friend sent me actually I can play it real quick. My friend sent me a TikTok, and it's literally like about shit happening past Pride with the straights. Pause. Copy. I forgot how all these people on. Teehee. Paste and go. Pause. Someday I might share one of my one that got away stories related to this. Ooh. How did that get away from you? I'm trying to figure out. It's on the plate, so I digress. Okay. I forgot that it doesn't do what I wanted to do. Display capture, display capture. Are you serious? Okay, browsers. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna mute the audio. Let me pause the music. So, context. My friend sent me this video because we were like, I was just complaining about straight men being in like queer spaces for sex. It is what it is. And then they sent me this. Let me make sure. Does it even tell? Okay, let me put the volume all the way up. And we're gonna play this real quick.
Straight dudes is going to like the gay pride parades talking about some, oh, we looking for the hoes. Straight dudes is going to like the gay pride parades talking about some, oh, we looking for the hoes. Nigga, you is the hoes. Better watch it for a butch queen push up on you. Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna run it back one more time.
Straight dudes is going to like the gay pride parades talking about some, oh, we looking for the hoes. Nigga, you is the hoes. Better watch it for a butch queen push up on you. Oh my god.
And one T. It's, I mean, that was kiki for me, just being messy and funny. But it's also true, like, you keep having these straight men come up. I'm doing the Kevin Kwan method. If you see me, go ahead and put this all over my lip, this lip liner. Sweetheart, if you know makeup, you know makeup. And I'm gonna be good at that. If you don't, you don't. It is a lot seeing straight men in these spaces, and a lot of them are here to mostly just chase, or just not live their truth. And it's very weird because like they're in these spaces not trying to be stealthy or anything. Nah, I won't say stealthy because that's another connotation. They're like, it's weird. Like usually I'm so used to the DLs being on a hush hush, minding their business. I'm not saying like you have to be DL or perpetuate being down low. I think you should all live your truth. But I'm like, sweetheart, what are we doing? But also some of it's not them being DL, and it's especially for trans femmes because I do want to make that clear separation. Of uh, I do want to make that clear separation that you can still be straight and be attracted to trans women because you're still attracted to women in the femme. You know, we still have this narrative that that cannot be the case. I should have put on a gloss first. and I fucked up on that. This is not going to be as great as I want it to be. And it's just a lot because I'm like, I don't usually mind dating straight men as a trans femme person, but y'all be ass. Y'all be so lazy. Y'all want to try a wife out of a trans woman, which is crazy to me. And some of the trans girls do go into that, but I'm like, sweetheart, I'm not one of them. You want me to cook and clean and wash everything? You got the wrong one. I'm not doing all that. And it's really annoying to see that like be the it's weird seeing that be introduced to the queer and trans communities of like you want us to perpetuate this 1950s Stepford wife type shit. Um Especially amongst black people. I'm like, girl, I thought we was done. Letting these white people control how we should perceive our own success and peace, white supremacy and all that. Because it's not even success and peace. It's us falling into or perpetuating capitalist interests that does not help our communities and reduces the community mindset. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I know this may look a little crazy to y'all, especially at this angle, but work with me. So it's just a lot, just seeing things, how things are going. I'm seeing that even in queer spaces, everyone wants to like have this quote unquote American dream, picket fence, 2.5 kids situation. Um, and I'm like, but it's also like, especially for the trans women, especially for black women in all aspects, it's like, I don't know, like y'all trying to be like great uncle and great grandma and them. And I'm like, sweetheart, y'all have to understand, like a lot of these people who were married back in the day were not married because they had to be married because they wanted to be. They were like pushed to being married. Like a lot of places you're not having a child of a wedlock. A lot of places you're not you can't afford a car. You can't afford a house. You can't own property. And like y'all seeing this like, oh, like they had the best life because they stayed married. I'm like, sweetheart, your mama and daddy and them, well, great grandma and them, or great grandpa and them was not, sweetheart, it was not giving everything was good in the hood. And he was like, oh, grandpa stepped out on her, but, he still stayed married. Like, sweetheart, that's not a goal. And a lot of them were cheating on each other. A lot of them were cheating on each other because they didn't want to be together. But unfortunately, you had things like society overall, you had things like religion, you had things like family that forced people to go ahead and have to get married back then. And now I don't like it because people are trying to reinforce those things now. And it's crazy because it's like not just my generation, it's like the young ones, like coming out 18, 19, 20, and like, huh? And this a lot of stuff is bad too, because on top of that, it's also how we're perceiving the film. The agency of the film is okay. This one is not. This color is not strong enough. Do I have? I think I have something. A wee. Yeah, I think I have something a wee bit stronger than this. Jim Crow South. Jim Crow in the South too. Like some things were too costly to be singles parents slash people, and by costly I mean social currency too. Absolutely. Hold on, let me. I'm still here. I'm gonna go get a pinker pink. Try to go on this lippy. Uh, and spring. Bring all of them. So it's very annoying to see this at all, but it's disheartening to see it amongst like black women, and black trans women as well, because it me. Um, Are these the same thing? No, this is golden. This is peachy. I think we're gonna go with koi and see if koi works. I never tried the Kevin Aquan method on this type of lippy, but also I think it needs something that's more opaque. Yeah. Yeah. Need something more opaque. You're not supposed to. The way he does his lips, you're not supposed to. This is not a good applicator for how he does his technique. Sorry. The way he does it, I'm not supposed to be and all that stuff. You're supposed to like use your brush application for it. But okay. Let's give me the results I want. It is not coming out on stream that well, but it is what it is. Uh, yeah, that's basically it about the straights being in queer spaces and then perpetuating this foolishness onto queer spaces and queer people. And I do see amongst the gays. Now, people gonna hate me for this. People gonna hate me for this. Okay. Okay. Technically, we're supposed to be using brushes to apply lip products for better precision. Absolutely. Um, Let me put you all together so I don't lose you. I'm gonna put you here. Throw myself gotta go put back anyway. Golden needs to go back in my purse because that is my everyday lippy. Oh, not this. What was I gonna say? Oh, people gonna be upset with me because listen, my Caribbean gay man, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop to be like brother than them. Stop trying to be like your grandpa, your grandfather, your father, your uncles, your big cousins. I want you to understand that you can release yourself as a queer man to these deeply entrenched traditions and practices that makes you think you have to replicate this cis heteropatriarchal bullshit in your queer relationship, because that's where I've seen it a lot amongst men loving men. And the girls can hate me all they want. The girls can say I said what I said. I've seen what I've seen. A hit dog will holler, and the other one will mind his business. Okay. I need to get a makeup container to go over here. I moved all my makeup from my desk in an attempt to be clean. And I always just come back here to do my makeup, which is what's the point? Is there anything else? Dating apps was another point that I don't like. I do use dating apps. I do not like that things have gotten so microtrans. Like, sweetheart, I might as well be on Fortnite on these dating apps. Well, these microtransactions. I gotta pay to see who's local. I gotta pay to send a message. I gotta pay to like somebody. I gotta pay to open the app. Like, what are we doing? I know y'all here only here for money. I know y'all are only here for money, and it shows. But my God, can y'all at least act like you want to do some type of connection? It's like shit. Y'all got y'all first couple of love stories, and that was it, I guess. Um, so I had to let go of one of my dating apps. I was like, sweetheart, I'm not gonna pay you for all this shit. I usually don't mind paying for dating apps because honestly, I do like, I'm trying to be a better person, but I do like keeping the riffraff out. I'm trying to be a better person, but I do enjoy keeping the riffraff out. And hold up. Ooh, that was a lot of powder. And that really changed the color because this is not the same color. Well, here we are. I feel like I should do fake eyebrows now. Just because I can. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold up, I see you, Shy. Let me finish beating this mug. Okay. All right. Okay. Shy says if you paying for all that, at that point you just pay to go to an RL single slash speed dating connection event. Listen, at this point, I think it's hard too because like for ages, queer people have been just any form of misfit, but especially queer people who've been like cast as such, have always used virtual spaces as ways of connection, especially if you're in either rural America in general or especially conservative cities, to find like meeting and connection. So it's like hard seeing like how it just became like this hyper monetized space nowadays. Um, it's just very hard to see. All right, and let's get okay. Woo, that was a horrible application, but it's on. Um, okay, we're here. My face is on. I do need glasses. Boom. You're all e-girl type beat. Um, all I need is to get the chi-chis in the camera, and the coins will come rolling. Type beat. Um, let's see, trash. Boop. I do have my Gatorade. I do need to order food at like 2:33, 2:30 or 3 o'clock, because I did not eat yet. Teehee. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I gotta say. I hate how things after doing. I hate the straights are encroaching on. It's like hard. It's not that hard. Let me rephrase. It's not hard. I don't know what space. Maybe we need to create a third space for the straights to interact with the girls, because I do not like the encroachment. Like for the girls that like that do enjoy, like are okay with dating straight men, that's fine. I do not ever think that's an issue. You can still be straight and date a trans woman, or trans or for women, you can still be straight and date a trans man. Because y'all for some reason be forgetting that too. Um, I just don't know about y'all coming to Pride. I don't know about letting y'all into Pride. Like, give me the coin and and go home type beat. But um that's it on that one. Okay. Anime. So for anime, I have started watching not you popping up, please. For anime, I have started watching Dawn and Dawn again. At this point, season episode 2 and 3 has come out for season 2. Um, once again, opening it for episode 1 and 2. I'm very tired of seeing this SA bullshit. Trigger warning for SA. I'm tired of seeing this as a plot point in here. I'm very much ready to throw the shit throw it in the ground and let it die. I'm very tired of seeing this. Um, the action is good. The story so far is a little bit interesting. With what's going on in this arc. I'm trying to give it a chance, but I do think I'm gonna let it die, let it die, let it die. Because if I see some more of this BS, it's a chop for me. The Water Magician, new anime, isekai. Those who know me know I love me some isekai anime. Your girl loves some escapism. So far, really cute. Well, cute to me. Like it's still like the whole shonen type beat. But so far it's like so far no toxic bullshit, which is like already a plus for me. Like no harem, yeah, no harem, no weird love dynamics. Just, a boy trying to live his life in peace, after perishing in his former life. So far it's like it's kind of giving me slice of life with a bit of action here and there type beat. Um Now, Clever Tess, I am starting to like. I'm starting to like monster animes more, which is very interesting. Um it is, how do I say it without like spoiling? Monster is running these hoes. That's the easiest way I can say it. It was basically like running stuff right now. It is a monster who's basically taking care of a human child, but also trying to figure out, like, is humanity even worth keeping alive? Type beat. So he's going through these not trials, but going through these experiences to see, like, oh, excuse me, like learning about the human experience in general. Well, in this case, because he's like, I said I can do this for somebody. Why don't they accept it? It's like, well, because you are. He like has a human guide. It's like it's because X, Y, and Z. Like, sweetheart, this is just how the world works. I am interested in seeing where it goes. It only had like one real weird Ichi part. But so far it's like, okay, we're actually getting into the meats and potatoes of like what happens when you have a monster become or is posing as a human being. Like, I think that is a very interesting perspective in entertain, like in writing. Um, what is the next one? New Saga, not an isekai, but the whole is like falls in line with it being you perish and time like rewinds and you have a chance to do everything. A regression, there you go. It's a regression anime. Um, so far okay. Gives a little bit of harem. It does give harem tease. By like by the time you get to episode 3, which is like we were doing so well. I do want to see how this goes. So far, it's not as campy on the regression take or super serious, but it's also like not giving anything new on like the whole regression situation. But I'm interested to see where it goes. Now, I am rewatching anime. I am rewatching Log Horizon, which I say is like one of the best isekai animes of all time because it like actually asks really good questions about what it means to be put into another world, what it means to now see these beings that you thought were not like were NPCs and like not real actually come to life, actually have being full beings, be sentient, have thought and stuff like that, and how you engage with that. How do you engage with the fact like you may never ever get to go home again? How do you engage with the fact that you are a whole in some cases because you're playing a video game, you have your avatar. Everybody don't make their avatar in their own likeness, they play in their own likeness. Now you have to live your life as a whole different person or a whole different species because you just got mollywopped into this world, into whatever your game. It's a game isekai. That's what I should have said first. So you like are in this whole new world as your game character. You like are starting to understand like, sweetheart, there may not be no way to go back. So what do we do now? Especially because the game is not following its usual tempo as an MMO. So it's like what we thought we could do here based off the game, you can't. Or it's a whole different way that you gotta do these things. So it's I think it's interesting. I like it. It's always like I will always run this back. I do need to read it because they haven't released another season yet. I think they were on like season 3 or 4 and it stopped. But always recommend people to watch. I only saw like half of the first season of the Shield Hero, Rising of the Shield Hero. I still hate a lot of it. Not gonna lie to you. I don't like when anime or any type of content like does slavery. It's a chop for me. Always has been, always will be. I gave it another chance because people were saying like, oh, it has other aspects. I would say it does not get good until season 3 because we're starting to actually see the heroes as like, sweetheart, oh, like these are children being put into war. And what does that mean? How do they react to that? What is their experience with that? How does that now reshape them? Those are questions I want to see answered. Um so season 3 we start to get those answers. But season 1 and 2 I'm like, okay, action, harem, foolishness. It's like, sweetheart, you're not unique. Um is there anything else on the anime? Yep, still very messy. Okay. That's it. If you all have anime suggestions for me, wait. Wait. Day, if you are still here, I don't know if you will be interested in it, but no, we didn't want that, baby. I don't know if you're interested, Day, if you're still here, but Shinmu has an anime series that I'm about to run this weekend, which I was not expecting for them to have. Can I open it? Let me see if I open this in a. So I'm gonna watch this to see if it's anything like the game after watching you play the game, and we'll see. But the art is definitely not at all what it used to be. Oh, excuse me. All right, now for pop culture of it all. We're gonna get into. Oh, no. Before pop culture, watch Warframes. I don't know. Should I do this for you all? Yeah, for the vertical stream. Watch Warframes TennoCon 2025 concert. Loved it. Imagine your favorite games, not just like the music from the game, your actual developers and leaders of the game doing a concert for the fan experience. Because that's what this was. You literally had the community director doing like being the front man singing. You had the chief creative director playing the fucking bass. You had like a game designer doing vocals. This was cool. This is a cool experience. I think a lot of girls need to take notes from DE on the way that they have their player experience. Whether player engagement outside of the game, in the game as well, but also outside of the game, because I feel like that is something that is people can replicate in no positive way outside, and they have similar results. But yeah, loved it. I may run it back if they still have the VOD. But now we can do some pop culture. Okay. This first couple of weeks in July has been a tizzy. I don't know what's going on in the air, in the water. Oh, I didn't put this one up. But a lot of wild stuff is happening. So first things first is, oh no, that's his apology. CEO caught at Coldplay concert. Yeah, so we had this little situation go down at a Coldplay concert recently where the CEO, um, it was a Coldplay concert and they always do a kiss cam for one of their little lovey-dovey songs and stuff like that, as one does at a concert or like a public event. We can talk about the ethics of kiss cams later. That's what they're doing. That's what's going on. So, Coldplay was playing, and the lead singer was like, "Oh, look at this couple here." And this couple, this man and this woman, are not supposed to be a couple because he's married, but not to her. And so the gag is This is tech company's astronomers CEO Andy Byron, and he was caught on Kiss Cam at the Cocaine concert with his lover slash co-worker Kristen Cabot, who is the company's chief people's officer. For those who don't know what a chief people officer is, because it is a very vague name for some, in this instance, she's the head of HR. She's the head of HR for the company. So, child, this was like not in Vegas where you see some shit happen. This was like in Massachusetts, girl. And this just has people in a tizzy. This is just like really surface level pop culture stuff. It's a mess, child. Be sweetheart. If y'all don't want to be married, don't get married. If y'all have an open relationship, state that and keep it pushing. Like we don't have to be destroying our lives. Well, his probably life won't really get destroyed. I think he may step down. Let me double check the article. Now he apologized. Yeah, I don't think he stepped down. But he did this apology statement. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and my team at Astronomer. Um, you deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company I helped build. I'm taking time to reflect, to take accountability, and to figure out the next steps personally and professionally. I ask for privacy as I navigate that process. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. Um, as a friend once saying, likes will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Now, I feel like he should have just stopped here as the ask for privacy. That'd been fine. But then he called out, basically called out Coldplay, and then like everybody else, us, who's talking about this. Um, and I'm like, girl, nobody told you to cheat in public. Like, I get it. Like the kiss cam, there's like certain people, like ethical things about the kiss cam that people don't like. I do not care about it in the context of protecting cheaters. Like, I don't. It is weird when you like you are a private person and then like you're automatically thrusted on cam and expected to do stuff, and things have gotten weird. Like we've had people on kiss cams who like aren't couples or who end up getting kissed and don't consent to it. There's that, but this is not that issue. This is, sweetheart, you were cheating. You were cheating. You got caught, and you feel some type of way about it, and that's it. Um, I don't see, to wrap it up for me, is like, sweetheart, don't cheat. If you're not feeling fulfilled in your relationships, there are many different ways for you to fix that. Therapy, divorce, there are options. That's not, let me go fly outside of my city to be with my lover only to get caught. Because in the end, you always get caught. Regardless of money, regardless of gender, class, what have you. In the end, the world finds out. And that's that. That's my piece on that. Okay. Now, I know that we have heard about the Nicki Minaj and SZA beef going on. And it's been, well, not even a beef. Honestly, it's like Nicki, I don't know what's going on with Nicki. I don't know her, this woman personally. I refuse to make, um, I'm not the type that's trying to be making any calls on anybody's positionality on certain things. But it's giving spiral. It's giving crash out energy. That's what this is giving to me. And it's giving concern. Because I'm like, sweetheart, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? For those who don't know, over the past couple of days, I want to say maybe like a week or so, there's been like Nikki's been going through a lot of stuff online. She started with airing out her grievances online against Jay-Z and I think Rock Nation, about issues with money and such like that. Well, like, that's how this all started, and then it transformed into, well, it evolved because she's still going on that. It transformed into this so-called Nicki Minaj SZA beef, with Punch from TDE. Who don't know, Punch is a TDE Top Dog Entertainment executive and manager. um, I think he still manages SZA, if I'm correct. He says it on his account, but his account also says don't take anything he says seriously. Which I'm like, are we joking? Are we literal? I don't have time to decipher. Um, it's concerning because he does do like some light marketing for like other TDE or other artists here and there, and so that's how this started. There's an artist was has a new song called Broken Barbies that he likes. So he at first tweeted Broken Barbies. Oh, is it showing up on? Yeah. So he first tweeted Broken Barbies as a tweet, talking about this artist that has a song out called Broken Barbies.
And so I made.
To I wish they I wish he had the artist's name. I am poet. Is that the I am poet? I am lyric? No, I think this is just, yeah. We don't have the artist name, unfortunately. But but anyway, artist released a track called Broken Barbies, and Punch is like just like do a little shadow marketing on his account, and this is what led to the whole blowout of. Oh, excuse me, my allergies tearing me up. This led to the blowout of um Nikki and the fan base. Nikki responds with Nikki responds with a jab saying, using the acronym TDE to say tiny dick executive as a stab of Punch. Also, posting pictures of Punch from his past. Um, I don't know what's going on, how we got to this. I'm assuming because she has her fan base is called the Barbs, and a lot of her creative pieces are like is centered around being like Barbie or like the Black Barbie or like the Barbie. It just was automatically assumed, oh, she's talking shit about Nikki. Just like out the blue. And so that sent Nikki made her responses with this. And her fan base was just foaming at the mouth, like creating posts and content about this man, usually around like fat shaming him because he was a bigger person and he lost weight. And it just intensified things. And things got worse, unfortunately, because those who know SZA is a astronomy enthusiast. So she tweets, Mercury in retro. No, sorry, Mercury. Why I cannot say this word. Mercury retrograde. Don't take the bait. LOL, silly goose. This was on July 15th. Mercury does go into did now and is in retrograde from March 17th to August 11th. And it's known as a big time where, like, for a lot of people, things go wrong, and it's suggested that, sweetheart, you slow down and take your time. Um, and like, she's a enthusiast. She's gonna treat stuff like that. She's always treated stuff like that. She's always been astronomy and crystals kind of girl, which is fine. But people on the internet, and I'm assuming Nikki as well, took that as a jab towards Nikki for Nikki saying something about Punch of TDE. Um, and then Nikki just goes on Nikki and so like where did she start? She There you go. This is where it started with her and SZA. So SZA posted that, and then Nikki replies with "Go draw your freckles back on Buki." I don't know what this hashtag justice for Demore or Demore hash deposition Perez means. It says liar liar pants on fire sound like a fucking dead dog. Talking about how she's her voice. This escalates because then a lot of people on the internet start saying stuff, and the sister replies, "I don't give a fuck about none of that weird shit you popping." Um, some people are taking that as metaphorical. I'm just taking literal for right now. Of just talking, well, not literal. So basically, like she don't care what she's had to say about this situation because it's just all over the place. And so we got more and more of Nikki. Mostly like Nikki says her piece, but mostly it's the fan base coming for SZA and saying stuff. Um, like literally, we have. I should have backspaced. Here we go. Does this you have like here's another piece right now we have fam saying adding SZA, you really don't want to start this girl. If you was crying before, you really gonna cry now when the bars and barbs get at you. SZA responds, I get bullied by millions online every day, then step my ass out on a packed stadium tour where people show me real love in real life. My parents are healthy, and I'm the most successful I've ever been. Get some fucking perspective and bark at the wall. Which, I like how she handled that. So you have that. You have people saying, girl, you on a joint tour, do that shit solo. I want to see something. And then people forgetting, like, SZA posts this picture. SZA's SOS tour has grossed $100 million. SZA joins Tina Turner, Beyonce, and Rihanna as the only black woman to achieve this milestone within the tour. Um, and lets the girls know what the fuck you want to see. Let me know. And then she ends her piece like, "Let me, LMAO. Let me go back to being calm, shy, and meek. Y'all have blessed night. See you tomorrow for night two Paris because she's on tour." Um, So since I said her piece has not responded, has not engaged since then. Neither has Punch has engaged. Punch only said that one piece and that's it. Um, and Nikki says, "Shut up, ugly." Hashtag justice for Demore. I'm in a meeting, so IDK. Da, 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 da. It's just a lot of stuff going back and forth. We have a lot of stuff. Nikki going into fat shaming both Punch and SZA. Um, talking about that they have botted tweets. I don't know what's going on with Nikki. Like I don't know, I don't understand. I'm thinking, you know what? It's just gonna be an internet tirade and it's fine, it's whatever. And then things get weird. Things get even more weird because Nicki Minaj asks his Florida congresswoman for help over alleged threat amid feud with SZA. Nicki Minaj contacted the FBI and Florida congresswoman because she said she felt her life was threatened by TDE's Mac Wap. And here's the alleged threat. The alleged threat is from this stream. He does live streaming on Twitch, I believe. And here's
Yo,
what was
what's
said.
going on, bruh? Oh my god. Update me. This internet shit crazy. I'm yo blood. Hey, Nikki, relax. Relax. So you get put in the blender like your boy did. Uh-oh. She gotta relax. She gotta relax. Yo, what's going on, bruh? Oh my god. Update me. This internet shit crazy. I'm your blood.
Okay.
Hey, Nikki, relax. Relax. So you get put in the blender like your boy did. Uh-oh. She gotta relax. She gotta relax.
So that is Mac Wop of TDE. The line is Nikki, relax. Relax before you get put in the blender like your boy did. Um People are interpreting this as, oh, he's talking about how Drake started, like, was in the beef with Kendrick and Drake lost. That's what people are interpreting this as. However, Nikki interpreted this as a threat on her life and went so far as to involve law enforcement. Um, so Mac Wop, associate of the record label Top Dog Entertainment, chiming in about the live stream on his live stream about Nikki. Nikki then reposted saying, like, "Is this a threat?" And she tags the FBI on her post. Um, and things just got more and more weird. Where, let me show you on her Twitter. Things are just getting more and more weird. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is more stuff about her, and excuse me. Okay, here we go. It seems to me that he's talking about Tory recently being stabbed up, and what any believed to be a setup. FBI, I'm ready to talk about everything I know. At CIA director, these thugs have gone way too far. They have now began public threats due to their leaders feeling above the law. So, like, shit just happening out the wall. Did she talk about the response to Mac? Did you just threaten to harm me? FBI, I want this man investigated right away. He has ties to other people who've been a part of very shady businesses and is now threatening harm, as well as admitting to a crime about someone else. Which boy was put in a blender? And this shit is just like, it's wild seeing this. Like, when we have, I don't know, some of y'all been alive. Like, this is like when people beef with each other. This is not how we deal with it in the rap world. Like, I am not no at no means some like rap connoisseur or nothing like that. But I've been around the block a few times. I've seen things, I've known things. When you have an issue with somebody in the rap world, sweetheart, you take that shit to the booth. You take it to the booth, you turn it to coin. But instead, it's getting turned into, we have the whole Drake situation with Drake trying to do lawsuits and shit, and now we have Nicki trying to do shit too. Like, huh? Like, what are we doing? Um, and it's like got worse because then like the congresswoman chimes in and say, please text my cell I will forward this to law enforcement immediately. Threats of violence, assassination should be taken very seriously. Hope you're okay. We'll talk soon. And oh Lord, she has more shit that came up. Okay, Florida's on fire. She has all this shit going on. But I'm trying to find the Nikki. My God, this was just up last night. What happened that quickly? Okay, yeah, we're going to back away from her. Basically, basically, the congresswoman also talks about apparently, oh, that TDE is doing RICO, and that artists and rappers should not feel like they're above the law. It's just, it's just a lot of just weird stuff going on. My wraps ups from this so far, I don't know where else is going to go. I hope it doesn't turn into anything legal, um because now it's an issue of how this will possibly affect art. How does this possibly affect the art form? Because things didn't work out with with the whole Drake case, legal stuff. But now, like, this is what we doing. We feel like someone is making, like, doing stuff. Like, when we feel like we're having beef in the culture, this is how we're doing stuff now. Like, I don't want people dying, but also not want people to get arrested. Like, I don't want you to be taking it way back when motherfuckers are getting, turned to Swiss cheese and shit. But also, sweetheart, you take that shit to the booth. Like, we don't need to be calling no cops. Hello? You take it to the booth. You get it off your chest. Whoever's the best artist, whoever put down the best shit wins. That's it. That's it. And I don't know if it's the issue because it's not necessarily rappers going back and forth or what have you. Whatever. But I don't like how one of the things I don't like is, like, people are being very quick to throw in the whole mental health thing. And I don't like how we're using mental health in these situations. I don't like how people are quick to say that it's, like, very weird. They're quick to say, like, oh, it's okay for you to do this because they have mental health, or then they're quick to lock you away because they think that you have a mental health issue. It's, like, very, and it also depends on, like, who you are. Like, if you are a person of power and status and stuff like that, it's, well, that's also gets can be up there because then you have the whole issues with people trying to take your money, conservatorship and stuff like that. But it's just a lot of it's a lot of, like, people being very messy, being very uninformed, and using and saying things about mental health in this situation that they do not. Like, sweetheart, we do not be doing no type of armchair psychiatry or psychology. No. But I also do not like how people are being very social, very parasocial in this situation. Which is, like, fandoms in general, but it's like, sweetheart, this is very terrifying. Like, people are just at beck and call to do harm to other people over things that that are not truth. Like, people are not even waiting to hear that, like, use um their own thoughts. People are not being that make doing decision making. They're just, oh, someone said go, I go. And I'm like, that's very dangerous. That's a very dangerous way to live. Um, it's just very concerning. The second one, the next pop culture thing, which is our last one, I'm gonna wrap up on, is the people have heard about the Corey X Kenshin allegations, and not just the allegations, but also everything going around with him and Panda Ninja XX, who was the former, from what has been recorded, was a former partner of Corey. Now they are not. Even prior to this situation happening, they were not. Oh, excuse me. The situation is Panda Ninja released the videos. This is gonna be hard to cover because everything has been deleted. Like over the span of the last like 4 to 5 days, everything has been deleted. Panda Ninja XX released videos essentially lamenting her experience with dating Corey, and feeling issues. She cites things like emotional manipulation. She's explaining her experience that being ghosted by Corey Kenshin would ignore her as a way to teach her a lesson, leaving her with self-doubt about her worth. Gaslighting control. According to her, he used his influence and status to keep control over her, leaving her feeling worthless and confused. Inappropriate behavior, which also led to the allegations. Of section like trigger warning essay mention. Uh there was an online clip which was supposedly, oh, apparently it was an audio clip by Corey, okay, from 2020. There was a clip on a video clip of Corey and Panda together walking down the hallway. um and as she asked him, oh, like, did you watch me sleep? And he insinuates like he says like, oh, like, I did something else to you while you were sleeping. And the internet did interpret that like, oh, like he essayed her while she was asleep. um and that was interpreted, that was like not said. Panda did not say this. Even when she had posted video, she just said like, oh, like, I'm lamenting, like, things were already over before they over, even in this instant. um Along those lines. There's also allegedly crude text messages. She had posted screenshots of Xbox chat logs where he allegedly made crude comments, making vulgar remarks about using her for sex and companionship. Apparently, it was a lot. The thing that people had a lot of umbrage with was that video of him. People interpreting that he did SA her. um that took things off, and that put a lot of men, especially black men of the internet, in a frenzy, rushing to protect Corey. Even though no one said that he did, everyone just quickly went ahead, like, oh, like, she's insinuating that this is what happened. And so a lot of people were rushing to Corey's aid and saying, that's not, he would never do. These are not his friends, though. I want you to make this clear. These are just random fans and people on the internet who do not know this man, and rushes to his aid and saying, no, he didn't do it, she's a liar. And then involving to all women are liars, and then involving into the Me Too movement is too much. And like, things really spiral out of control very fast. Since then, since releasing this, Panda has been faced with a lot of hate raids. Not raids, but like a lot of hate content, people turning this content into, like, farming this content to belittle women, to belittle women's experience, who have experienced the essay. Just a lot of stuff, a lot of negative things happening here. And I wish I could show you all everything, but because things have gotten deleted, it's hard to really cover this in a way. But I do feel like we should still talk about it. And I think over the next few days, I might be able to run this back in a clip, of showing things that went down and things that she's talked about and shared that unfortunately did get deleted by her. Um, but it's hard because she says this in the videos, talks about her stuff, and then because everyone is going just absolutely feral, she then softens her stance in order to, as a way to defend Kenshin. Um, just only about the essay itself, like, allegations. Like, she was like, I was just venting, I was just talking about my stuff, and no, like, I was not at all saying that he sexually assaulted me. Because people, for context, in general, she has shared that with people, like, that is something that has happened to her, and so people just interpreting and reaching and made the assumption that it was him. So she said it wasn't him, but everything else still stands true, and that's where a lot of these issues are being very concerning and terrifying. Because people's like, oh well, as long as he didn't SA her, then there is no issue. Because people are not seeing like her retelling her issues of being gaslighted, of being emotionally abused and emotionally harmed in very, which seems to be very intentional ways on Corey's behalf. Um, they don't see that as an issue. Is being very minimized as, oh well, he was just a bad boyfriend, so it is what it is. And that is where I'm finding deep concern with how people are perceiving this story. On top of people just taking shit and running with it, but also it's like, oh, like you all don't see her talking about any form of the y'all are not seeing like any form of how she's explaining her experience and the harm she faced. No one takes it seriously. And like some people are saying, oh, like that's just life, that's just what it is to, like to be in love with a man. I'm like, huh? What do you mean that's just what it's like to be in love with a man? That's not okay. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. So it is, I don't know why that did that. It's making me, because I'm seeing stuff on internet, I'm seeing stuff in closer communities, and it's making me very concerned on people's, it's making me concerned. Okay, let's go to the other concern, my concerns. I don't like how people are being very parasocial, and either jumping to the defense or casting judgment on people for the sake of like this public person that they do not know, um nor do they not have the whole facts of it all, because nothing here, like none of this is a court document, none of this is it's like the issues that people are like, the things that people are taking for fact are parasocial people literally creating fake accounts of Corey Kenshin and Panda to spread misinformation, to then defame Panda. There was even one account going around saying that, let me see if we can find it. There was one account going around posing as Panda. Oh, they just go away. Yeah, so like here's some stuff. It's like these weird accounts going around of people. Oh, I forgot it doesn't take you to your search anymore. This is crazy. I know next time to screenshot everything, because I was not expecting everything to be just up and disappeared so soon. Yep, here's another one. Posing as Panda. I believe this was at one point the original account. Mm, possibly, but it's just like so many other accounts have been creating fake accounts to post as Panda or to post as Corey, to either defend it or to defend Corey or defame Panda. It's just been a lot of stuff. Um, it's deeply terrifying that we're in a space of, at any given point when a victim comes out or anyone comes out about the experience of being harmed, that we immediately do not believe them, that we immediately believe that they have ulterior motives. um, and that they should not be trusted. And seeing this time and time again gives me very little hope in humanity. Because it does happen and you don't believe people, and it don't happen and you don't believe people. And I'm Black people interact only. I'm tired of this false narrative of Black women. Well, she's not a Black woman, but like this false narrative that women just want Black men to suffer. Because this shit has been going on too long, and then seeing it being inserted into this, I'm like, what? What are we doing here? It's like this weird scapegoating of women, because when men do wrong, when men are doing wrong, there's like this weird scapegoating of women as, oh, like it's not the man's fault, it's the woman's fault for existing, for being in that space, for so it's just a lot. It's not the cleanest segment, but I did want to get out there my thoughts on it, of just how this has been like very much a crapshoot of the internet. Um, I'm seeing now how I've been seeing, but it's like this is like, oh, like we really are going into like this deep conservative, this deep um femicidal, this deep um misogyny bend, not just in the news, but also in internet culture, and I'm assuming very soon IRL. Like I'm assuming like if something happens like this in your personal group's IRL, people are going to react this way. People are not going to go look for the facts. People are not going to have any understanding and compassion for victims. They're just going to straight up just shut them down, minimize them, say it's not real, and treat like that is okay and that is fact. So I really feel for the girls. I feel for people for all gender, but especially the women and femmes who are going to have to deal with this time and time again. But that's all I have to say about that. Um, I will say thank you all for joining me for the little hour and a half. Despite all the little technical difficulties. Let me throw on some music. Just chatting. Thank you for joining me. Heavy stuff. But pop culture has become a heavy topic, unfortunately, with everything going on in the world. I no, I messed it up on the other app. I do not think there's anyone. Let me check. Multifaceted, intersectional, to say the very least. Thank you, thank you. I want to rate out to people, but I have no one to rate out to. Yeah, I need some more commentary, girlies. So sure. I trust you, Voltron. Hopefully there's no glizzies involved. Because we do need some light stuff to go into, but not that light. Your girl's gonna find why wanna let me, but let me do this. Okay. I'm gonna end stuff on YouTube and Instagram. So goodbye to YouTube and Instagram. I will see you all soon. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to raid out on Twitch. So